In 1959, author Truman Capote published his Portraits and Observations, a series of essays. This collection reveals how great of a writer he was, not only in short stories, but also in essays and screenwriting for The Great Gatsby, for example. In this collection is a gathering of swans, the naming for women who retain their beauty, which has been popularized by the latest feud season. One such essay is about Mae West, and this video will reveal that essay. Capote writes, "Once upon a time, an outrageous young man of wide acquaintance thought to give an unusual tea party. It was to honor Miss Mae West, then appearing in a Manhattan nightclub. Dame Edith Sitwell was invited to pour, to task the dame, always a devotee of outre incident, accepted. New York Illuminati titillated at the prospect of an interview between two ladies of such differently composed distinction, begged bids. My dear, the young man was congratulated in advance. It's the camp of the season. But everything went awry. At 4, the dame, pleading laryngitis, telephoned her regrets. By 6, with the party at midpoint, it seemed Miss West would disappoint too. Muttering guests mentioned hoax. At 7, the host retired to a private chamber. 10 minutes later, the guest of honor arrived, and what remained of the assemblage was not sorry they had waited. Not sorry, but strangely confused. The familiar appurtenances were there, the brass wig, the scimitar eyes with sword-length lashes, the white skin, white as a cottonmouth's mouth, the shape, that Big Ben of hourglass figures, that convict's dream. Nothing was absent except Miss West. For surely this was not the real May. Yet it was indeed Miss West, an uneasy, a shy and vulnerable and unclassifiably virginal woman, whose tardy entrance was conceivably due to having lingered on the street before summoning the courage to ring the bell. As one watched her, a jittery moth of a smile leaping about her lips, but never alighting, huskily whisper, "So pleased to meet ya," and as though too bashful to proceed, at once abandon her seat on the seesaw of any potential conversation, the tour de force nature of her theater self, its eerie and absolute completeness, struck with force. Removed from the protecting realm of her hilarious creation, her sexless symbol of uninhibited sexuality, she was without defense. Her long lashes fluttered like the feelers of a beetle on its back. Only once did the tougher May reveal herself. The display was occasioned by an intense young girl who approached the actress, announced, "I saw Diamond Lil last week. It was wonderful." "Did ya, honey? Where'd ya see it?" "At the museum, the Modern Museum." And a dismayed Miss West, seeking shelter in the sassy drawl of her famous fabrication, inquired, "Just what d'ya mean, honey? A museum?" Why did Capote choose to write about Mae West? Was it due to the link of his mother's name to Mae West? Incidentally, if you would like to learn more about Edith Sitwell, you can do so on this channel. Capote's dive into women of the nation is remarkable, and the last manuscript he was working on at his death was a reveal of Willa Cather, the famed Midwestern author. This manuscript and many of other Capote's personal belongings were sold by Johnny Carson's second wife, Joanne, after Capote's death at her home. You can learn more about Capote and his life in his videos on this channel.